So you win the nationals, you go to the world championships, you make an impression on everyone. Obviously, people know you're going to go far in bodybuilding. How do you plan the next step? You know, going into the pro ranks after that.
Well, the next step was deciding what I was going to do as far as how I prep myself for my first pro show, which was the Night of Champions in New York.
Which you play second.
Which I played second. I lost by 1 point to Lee Labrada, which I thought I should have beat him that day.
I was going to say, it had to piss you off because you were so much bigger than he was, you know?
Yes, so much. And, I mean, he's my guy, but that day should have been mine.
Do you think that Lee was like, because they were using him for marketing and stuff like that, and he was, you know, and Weider was,
yeah.
You think that I have to believe that definitely played to his advantage, you know?
That had a lot to do with it at that time.
Were you, let me ask you a question, be honest. Did stuff like that annoy you and make you bitter toward the sport because you saw that there was favoritism and you saw there was politics involved and it wasn't always who had the best physique?
To a degree, yes. And Dave, you know as well as I do. You know when you look at somebody, you know who you better than that day.
Right.
Now I give everybody else their props, but at certain times I knew I should have placed higher, especially in Olympia. I'll never forget in '91 we did Olympia, and and I went on the European tour and I placed second, third, fourth, second.
I was going to ask you that. I saw those results and I was looking. I'm like, you know, he was 11th, and I was going to say, I wanted to ask you what the heck happened after that. Did you change or did you mess up for the Olympia because you were killing it in that European tour after?
I was on point at the Olympia.
Really?
I was on point that day. That day I thought I should have been in the top 6 or the top 3.
What do you think went wrong?
Rich Kasperi beats me. He takes 10th place. And I was so upset because he didn't beat me for his conditioning. He beat me for his symmetry. There's no comparison with our symmetry.
Oh, no. You had some of the best symmetry out there.
Yeah. So I said, I was really devastated with that. But that's another time that lets you know where politics play.
Yeah.
Kasperi my boy, but that day he shouldn't have beat me.
Right. Now, when you see that was the last year Lee Haney won, obviously, beat Dorian Yates. Yeah. And I'm sure you would have loved to have been in that call out, just to see how you stacked up against those guys. I mean, as bodybuilders, we always want to see ourselves against the best, right? To see how we stack up.
Well, the show I did, what Olympia was that? That was 90.
That was 91 we were just talking about, yeah.
Yeah, that was 91, but it was another Olympia I did, and I did this kind of real crazy routine. And Lee Haney and his wife, they said, Ron, and that day, Lee Haney and his wife came to me and said, Ron, today, you're going to be second or third.
Really? Wow.
And that just gratified me so much because I got this from Lee Haney, you know?
Yeah.
And why would he lie? Why would his wife lie?
Sure.